Frogwart and the Easter Eggs, written and illustrated by Jerry Gingrich, narrated by Michelle David. Once upon a time, on the island of Medibebs, Tippy Witch was in the kitchen of her windmill house, decorating eggs for the next day's Easter egg hunt. Tippy loved to paint colorful patterns and pictures on her eggs. She liked to work slowly and carefully. She could have used magic and finished very quickly, but she enjoyed painting. Tippy was putting the last few red dots on a yellow and green egg when someone rang her doorbell. Tippy went to her front door and opened it, but no one was there. She looked all around, and then she returned to her kitchen. Frogwart was standing there, waving her wand over the Easter eggs. Tippy laughed because her tricky sister must have rung the bell and then slipped into the kitchen through the back door. She also guessed that Frogwart was doing something tricky to the eggs. "Whatever are you up to, my rascal there?" asked Tippy. "What do you mean, Tips?" replied Frogwart. "I'm just putting a freshness spell on your pretty eggs so they won't go bad before the Easter egg hunt." After Frogwart went home, Tippy had an idea. She looked outside and saw her neighbor, Mrs. Brandy, planting flowers in her garden with her son Jacob. Tippy invited them to come to her home for lemonade. Jacob saw Tippy's beautiful painted Easter eggs. One egg looked like it had fallen out of the basket, and Jacob reached to pick it up. As soon as he touched it, the shell cracked open and a baby chick appeared. "Oh my!" cried Tippy. "Quick, Jacob! Let's take him out to the henhouse before he has time to study your face." Tippy then explained, baby chicks think the first person or animal they see must be their mother. It's best if they see a real chicken mother, because she will take care of them better than anyone else would. Tippy smiled. Now she knew that Frogwart had put a spell on the eggs to make them hatch when the children touched them. Tippy made a plan for the Easter egg hunt. The next day, the children and their families arrived for the Easter egg hunt. Frogwart came too. The hunt was going to be more exciting than anyone expected because of her trick. Tippy gathered all the children together and gave each one a little basket and a sheet of paper. Then she whispered some secret instructions in their ears. Frogwart wondered what Tippy was whispering and what was on the pieces of paper. "Everyone ready?" asked Tippy. "Yes," shouted the children. "Go," said Tippy, and the children dashed around the flower garden, looking for the eggs under the tulips, behind the roses, and among the hollyhocks. Frogwart watched eagerly for her trickery to begin. Jacob found the first egg and shouted, "I found one!" But before he picked it up, he held a sheet of paper in front of his face. Then he touched the egg. It opened up, revealing a baby chick, as Frogwart and Tippy both knew it would. The chick looked at the sheet of paper and said, "Cheep, cheep," which meant, "Mama." Other children were finding eggs and holding their sheets of paper up the same way, and lots of little chicks were saying, "Cheep, cheep, cheep," all at the same time. Frogwart laughed at her great trick, but then she realized it wasn't working out the way she had planned. All the children ran over to her, and all the little chicks followed them, scurrying the way chicks do. The children were still holding the papers in front of their faces. The sheets of paper had holes in them for the children to see through. The sheets of paper were masked. The mask all looked like Frogwart.
"Oh no!"
cried Frogwart.
"All the baby chicks think I'm their mum."
Tippy, the children and their families laughed as Frogwart tried to hurry away from the chicks who followed her in a nice line, no matter which way she went. Tippy handed Frogwart a bag of chicken feed and said,
"You have some sweet babies, Froggy. I'm sure you'll be a great mum." "Bye-bye now,"
said Tippy as Frogwart hurried off with her baby chicks. Then Tippy announced that she had hidden some more eggs in the vegetable garden and that these eggs wouldn't hatch, so the children were able to finish their Easter egg hunt, collecting pretty eggs that they could take home and enjoy. When it was time to go, the children thanked Tippy and found Frogwart and all her chicks and said goodbye to her too. Finally, Jacob waved to her and said,
"Making the chicks hatch when we touched them was a pretty good trick, Frogwart. I liked it."
Frogwart smiled as she continued to feed her baby chicks. The